Luke, what happened?
Look, I thought to Adelaide's credit, they came really hardest with their contest, their pressure around the contested possession. Their work rate in and around from contest to contest, I thought really challenged us tonight. So full credit to them on the way they played.
Bailey Williams, was he have a niggle? Did he? How did you end up with the ruck structure you ended up with?
So apparently this morning he woke up and had a little bit of awareness in his hamstring. So the club assessed him and deemed that it wasn't fit for him to play. So we ended up bringing in Josh Rotham and having a look at him as our second ruck.
So you would have, had Bailey been up to it, you would have gone with the two ruckmen as you have?
Yeah, definitely.
So,
yep.
What was most disappointing about it from your side? You mentioned how good Adelaide were.
Yeah, I think from our end, we didn't get our ball movement going. And it was probably on the back of some fundamentals in and around the contest, but also when we did get into open play, we just didn't execute with our skill execution. So that was probably something we wanted to continue to keep working on this pre-season. We just didn't see it tonight.
The lack of inside 50s has been a problem for a while, and it's down 37-65 tonight. Is that a real concern that hasn't come on?
Yeah, look, it's something we've talked about as a group. But again, I thought tonight with the fundamentals that we missed probably cost us a little bit in that space to be able to get some more inside 50s. And it's something we want to continue to keep working towards. As a group, we want to get as much supply as we can. We think we've got a forward line that can kick us some winning scores, so we're going to continue to keep working on that.
How do you improve that part of the game?
I think it's all collective in all phases of the game. The way we defend, the way we compete around the contest, and then obviously what we do with our skill execution.
You had a lot of big losses in the past couple of years. That's another big loss even after the pre-season game. Is it a worry that when the margins get away, they get away?
Yeah, look, as a group, we've probably spoken about that. But again, tonight we really wanted to go in and focus on what we could actually bring. It would be great if we could get the score and kick it and obviously get the job done. But I think what we've been trying to work on is our phases and what we've trying to be doing during the pre-season. I think, tonight we got some really good learnings away from that we can put into place for round one.
Jinby's first half?
Yeah, I thought there was some really good positives. He had a really good crack in around the contest and it was really clean and tough and hard for us. So it was a really pleasing sight for us tonight. It
was almost like he gave you a lift when he came onto the field and sort of cracked in hard several times and won contest?
Yeah, certainly. We've seen that throughout the pre-season from him in our trial matches so far, and we saw it again tonight, and hopefully he can continue to build on that throughout this year.
If Elliot and Luke in particular aren't in the midfield full time, the midfield looks thin. Can you afford to rotate them from half back in, or do they need to become permanent midfielders again, do you think?
Look, I think we've put a plan in with those guys to give them some looks at half back. But I think, tonight on the back of what we saw from some of our young kids that sort of stepped into the midfield, obviously Jimby you mentioned, Elijah did a little bit last week and did some stuff tonight too. So, I think with those guys coming through, they can obviously allow us to have those guys playing different roles.
Just back on Jimby, has he done enough now for round one?
Yeah, look, we've seen a fair bit from him. It was really pleasing tonight, and we need to go away and assess tonight's game and see how he fits in our round one team. But certainly put his best foot forward tonight.
He seems quite mature for his age as well, and isn't afraid to throw his body around. Is that kind of what you've noticed?
Yeah, we've really liked that about him. And a lot of our young kids that have come in and had their opportunities throughout this pre-season have really stood up in that space, so it's been really pleasing.
Gaff seems to struggle tonight a bit. Could you put your finger on why?
A little bit on ball movement, probably. I thought he ran pretty hard most of the night, and unfortunately our ball movement just didn't complement his game.
Injury-wise, how'd you come out of it?
I think pretty good from all reports.
Rotham had the ice on the arm and went to the room, so do you know what happened to him?
Look, he had a pretty big contest. I don't know officially what the go was. We just got told that he's not going to play the rest of the game off that hit, so we'll just have to wait and see.
So you obviously played him as you got Natno with the Achilles, you got Williams with a bit of a hammy, and you got him as your 50th line or whatever it being for with a bit of an arm at the moment. Are you concerned about that part of what you've got available for you potentially for round one?
Yeah, look, it's something we've got to continue to look at. But hopefully with Bailey, we hopefully be able to get him up for round one. So we might have to deal with that. And obviously Nick, we're still working from day to day with him. So hopefully those guys can get themselves right to go from round one or early in the season. We'll just keep working around what we have at that time.
Did you get what you needed from Luke tonight? It looked like he might have even played more minutes than Adam thought he might.
Yeah, from as far as I'm aware we did, yeah, which was great to see.
How do you see the confidence of the group after last year in what was a really promising pre-season running wise and stuff, and then to go in with that as your last performance? What do you think that will do heading into the first game?
I think our group is still going to have good confidence. These pre-season games are for us to trial out what we've been practicing all year. And I think the group is what they've done over the bulk of work for this pre-season is going to hold us in good stead for round one. I think they're still going to be pretty confident.